Comprised of group members Braden, Hannah, and Kiko. Our group name is Catch-22, and our topic, Biofuels and Land Use Change, a wicked problem in Brazil.
Biofuels promise to reduce carbon emissions compared to petroleum-only fuels by removing some of the carbon from the atmosphere through the growth of plants. However, agriculture needs land, and in Brazil, that land is coming primarily at the cost of the Amazon rainforest. Not only are trees being burned, adding carbon to the atmosphere, but huge ancient sources of air purifying machines are being destroyed in order to create the illusion of sustainability. The biofuel movement in Brazil was initially driven by the oil crisis in the 1970s to reduce dependence on foreign oil and ensure their continued economic growth. This led to a boom of ethanol production and ethanol engine innovation, which culminated in 1985, when 96% of all automobiles sold were fueled solely by ethanol. Over the next 30 years, oil made a comeback. To protect their ethanol industry, Brazilian legislation requiring gasoline to include a growing percentage of ethanol was passed to temper the effects of falling oil prices and spur the development of flex fuel vehicles. This led As a result of indirect land use change related to the conversion of forested land to agricultural land, forest cover in Brazil has reduced by 2% over the past 10 years, 1/5 of the total 10% loss due to all causes. However, this trend has been slowing between 2016 and 2018. "2019 saw Jair Bolsonaro elected as president of Brazil on a platform that claimed that environmental protection efforts in the country had slowed economic progress, and that environmental institutions should be diminished. Later that year, he also publicly claimed that protecting the environment was, quote, for the vegans, and refused a German offer of funds to help reforest the Amazon, telling Angela Merkel that she should, quote, use it to reforest Germany. This is the man now responsible for protecting 60% of the Earth's lungs.
Despite the current dismal state of affairs in Brazil, there is certainly hope for a brighter future for its citizens and for its vast expanses of forest. Due to bold and promising research done about more sustainable biofuels, primarily palm oil biodiesel, the vision of Brazil's future could be revolutionary and inspire other countries across the globe. Instead of widespread unrest over the treatment of the Amazon, Brazil's government would be aiding the country through sustainable biofuel incentives, as well as taxing or barring fossil fuels and harmful biofuels that lead to immense indirect land use change in the country. This vision of future Brazil would see the government working closely with small farmers to help them stay profitable and to help their communities. The fuel industry would shift their focus towards bettering their practices and products to avoid taxes and also to reap new benefits. The supply chain would work more harmoniously from the top down and from the bottom up to put the interests of the nation first instead of just profits. With our current knowledge and participation from every strata of Brazil's population, this progressive future vision could be a reality. A reality with unified Brazilians that preserve these beautiful ecosystems and cities for many generations to come.
How would this vision be reached? The following transition strategies span 20 years and beyond in order to develop a foundation for sustainable biofuel production and to regenerate forest land that has been lost. Phase 1 starts with placing limits on the amount of land that can be used for ethanol producing crops each year. In addition, subsidies would be provided for development of innovative and more efficient production methods. A critical surveillance system to monitor forest health and land use compliance is established during this phase as well. Phase 2 includes educating the public on the effects of unregulated deforestation and sharing the benefits of sustainable and controlled ethanol production. A credit and reward system is initiated for businesses who support the reforestation projects. This empowers consumers to support businesses who align with their own personal beliefs. Phase 3 occurs around the 10-year mark and is geared toward acceleration and mainstream acceptance. A national media campaign that includes public figures and celebrities would be released, encouraging the support of regenerative forest projects. Finally, we have Phase 4. This is where Brazil has hopefully reached a point where efforts want to be maintained instead of established. Ecotourism encourages proper forest health and contributes to the local economy. In this final transition phase, forest monitoring and regulation continues to ensure compliance with policies and ensure that there is no more overlogging.
From all of us here at Team Catch-22, thank you for watching this presentation, and hopefully this drives you to support sustainable biofuels into the future.